Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Joker's Ransom Twitch channel. My name is Joker's Ransom. Obviously, I'm here with Isaac Spectrion Bailey, though, and we got a banger of a series for you tonight. Amplify versus Kintsugi, the 8 seed versus the 3 seed. But interestingly enough, obviously, Amplify the ones to come down from the winner's bracket. So things are kind of on kind of topsy-turvy right now.
A little bit, yeah. Obviously, super glad to be here, Joshua. Taking a break from my regularly scheduled EMEA games to, see how the other side of the pond is doing. And this game, I think, shaping up to be something pretty strong. I think you sold it to me as having more than a couple EMEA players: Hitori, Juno, Kiwi. So I'm really excited to see exactly what they can bring to the table. For the game today, I think we're still seeing the meta evolve. Obviously, as we've been seeing Tokyo play out, I think we've seen a virtual vanishing of Emre right from play.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like he's gone from an ubiquitous hit scan pick to essentially never seen. I think that is due to the Cat Bash and due to his damage being so consistent, due to the damage window of that Cat Bash being so short. He simply cannot punish in time, and so Cassidy, Sojourn, so much more common. The characters, if you can get value out of those, if that's what your hit scan wants to play, I think a huge separating factor here. People who could just one trick the M rate, focus on denying tank space more than anything else, you just won't get that same value anymore.
Um, I like that. We were from what I saw a little bit of Tokyo because I was more focused on playing Lego Batman last night.
Mm.
That there was a lot more parity than just um Cat Bastion, right? So
Mm.
hopefully, hopefully, that means we're moving away from the Cat Bastion because goodness gracious, I'm 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 over it. It was novel when Team Germany did it in
Yeah.
the Conference Cup, but now that it's become meta, God, it
I
sucks.
feel like Cat Bastion is one of those things. If they played it like if it was unmirrored, I think A, unmirrored, it's much more fun.
Mhm.
I think the mirror is a bit goofy. But B, like if I want to see like one map of it a series, I'm kind of happy. If like the whole series though is just like playing conkers with turrets, it just feels a bit like Looney Tunes. And I want to play some serious Overwatch. In fact, what I did recently I went back all the way to last season of Overwatch League. I was watching Atlanta Reign versus Hangzhou Spark when we had a proper meta. A proper meta.
Mhm.
Tracer, Echo, Winston, Anna, Brig. My god, it's beautiful.
Mm, I think that's just because you like Tracer.
And the other heroes. Can't forget about those.
Yeah, but I don't know about that.
I'm not as good at the other ones as a Tracer, but like, oh no, I
Exactly.
have to play like Brig in this comp. I'm not heartbroken.
Yeah, but so I mean, we'll have to see, right? We're about to get in underway. Looks like some changes are happening to the rosters. And then we shall get underway. I can tell you one of the bands, and that was
Yeah.
from Kintsugi, and that was um a Cassidy band.
Yep. Makes sense. DPS protect works through to help the bash and be safe. Also, just Cassie ban coming through means you have to play more typically Sojourn, obviously. Flankers also going to be more available. Tanks easier to play for the most part. At least tanks who aren't called Malga. Cassius does a little bit more damage generally than the Sojourn in exchange for having, lesser survivability, lesser pick power. It's a pretty reasonable ban to open up the series.
Yeah, so then we will find out what the next ban is. Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh god, that's a lot. That everything broke on me, Spectrum.
It happens. It
Man,
happens.
I'll figure it out. I'll
Oh,
fix
we've
it.
been there before. Like I was saying to you, when we were off stream, I had a bunch of issues when I was streaming earlier today because OBS just decided it hates itself. it happens. That's life.
Yeah. So I was doing the FACEIT frenzy with Hunter,
Mm.
and my camera decided to just not want to work. So
Mm.
that was that was great, right? And then
Yeah.
um we can open the FACEIT page for Spectreon here. Um
Big lay.
that's what we got so far for you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Think looking forward to seeing how this one plays. Of course.
No.
If I said I wasn't biased, then you know.
You,
Well, there's a lot of EU people in the lobby. I'll put it that way. Zen ban, very interesting. Is that something we could have expected to see in the lobby, or are we just kind of using our first ban just to kind of kill time, happy playing any mirror they bring out?
I I don't know about that Zen man, but we'll see what it is going to be today as we do have our first map. They're still wait, no, I don't know why I'm doing that because we still don't have people in lobby yet. So we're still waiting for that. But then we can get in and start our series of Overwatch tonight.
Good thing to do.
Hopefully my internet decides to continue to work with me here.
Hmm.
Indeed. How do I get rid? Wait, let me see here. No. Oh, and I didn't do that either. There we go. Now, does that? All right, perfect. That did not show up. I was worried that the Discord overlay would show up on stream, but it won't. So we're good. We're good.
We are good.
Still
We're
waiting.
very good.
Mhm,
That's for
mhm.
sure.
Exactly. That's why we were hired by FACEIT.
That's true. This is like a bootleg FACEIT broadcast right here.
Mm-hmm.
Me, you, just we cut out the middleman of Jeff.
Yeah, we just couldn't. Yeah,
This
they couldn't. They
is
couldn't
gonna
have.
make the previous Joker's Ransom Spectrum cast broadcast like appreciate in stock significantly. So make sure you buy now, guys,
By
before it
now,
shoots up. Exactly.
by now, before we peak on the or at least I peak on the FACEIT broadcast. I don't know about Spectreon. He should be.
Hmm?
He might be doing Overwatch World Cup or OWCS by the end of the year.
I hope so. I want money.
Yeah, fair. Me too. Me too.
I would love money, and I have no other marketable skills.
You know what? That's fair.
I roll out to bed every morning. I watch my Overwatch, and then I go back to bed. And then I go, "Wow, it would be amazing if money was teleported into my bank account." And it happens when I talk about the game, but not other than that. So
And now both teams are in lobby here, Spectreon, and we are starting out on Lee Zhang Tower here as I need to swap sides. There it is. It's swapped. Ugh. All right, Spectreon casts.
that's me.
So, we're starting out on Control Center.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Typical control sight lines. This is where we really would expect to see stuff like Malga Cassidy. Not will be materializing so far. Cat Bash and Mirror, as well as the Malga, of course, coming through. Reaper. Is it basically going to be linked hand in hand with the Malga? If we ban Malga, then very likely we'll be seeing Tracer setups instead. Because the Reaper really loves like life stealing off that huge Malga hitbox. Playing with like a bull, for example, it doesn't have that same kind of pizzazz. So the full mirror to start things off. SimTP4 Lich. And before maybe going for either Tracer or again the Reaper. Slightly early positioning for your core. Lovely to have. Can you do anything with it if you are Kintsugi?
And both the Reapers having good skins today. Big boon on Dildux on Carms. He has a Fortnite skin as his Reaper, and I don't like it. And I need to keep bringing it up until he changes it. But we'll see how this fight breaks.
Sending a strongly letter.
Maybe, yeah. I'll send it to the Dilduck's Twitter page. We'll see how this works, though. Is already breaking out on the point here. Is Hattori gonna have to run away? Already below a half HP, and Gap finding Lich out. The trade there onto J-Man, as it's going to now go swiftly back into the favor of Kintsugi. As Hutch falling, no supports left here. It's all turning up purple here for Kintsugi as they clean it up. Losing Jutsu late, though, could buy some time for Amplify to come back.
15% you'll take, but your chance of recontest is relatively low with this late death from Cap. You're simply not walking with no tank. Ewan tries to sneak his ally down the left side, but will be spotted out. It's only so subtle you can be as a flying cat, and even though you do have this outside angle developed, it's all well and good without your team being able to fight from main as well.
See here, so they do have Gap already on this point, forcing the objective, but, you know, it's going to be met quickly. Hattori there to meet them. Hit Lich in the backline, already super low, getting some good damage coming through. Blizz in response, though, able to take them down with those Hellfire shotguns. The Kintsugi rush coming in here from Juno. Just going to buy some space for Kintsugi to stabilize while they do not have their Reaper. Rotating around now, though. Onto the point, back Hattori comes, still waiting for it, still waiting for that cage fight as Death Blossom all ready to go, and Biz is there, taking Hattori for a spin, and that will take the point for Amplify and getting it up in percentage.
Yeah, the fact they found this flip mid fight as well is so nice for that additional ult percentage. Standard fight here, they've obviously hit about like 16 to 18%, whereas Kintsugi now have to face down about 35, and that's just before they actually square up. Cage, as well as the artillery form and the Reaper ult both allow some great punish opportunities here for Kintsugi. Amplify, though, the exact same could be said. So whoever goes first here, whoever finds better cage value, very likely the ones who are winning out this fight.
We'll see here, Hattori making their way onto high ground. Lich, though, very low, has to Wraith away. Now J-Man dropping the artillery strike in the back line. Doesn't seem to find the pick. Is Jutsu the one to start it off. Now going back. Lich looking for some kills, looking for some damage. Gap already getting pressured out. There goes Ewan with two in the back line. Death Blossom in the response, though, trades back two of their own. Cage fight, locking Biz up, and it is going to take Kintsugi back in control. Up to 70%, though, here for Amplify.
And there's not much you can do on the cat there. You would love to double kill, but Lich able to trade it back and, you know, do one belt. Inside the cage, battling back and forth, both sides getting significant progress now here in control center. Only one can take the win. Kintsugi spent heavy. Amplify now with an unmirrored cage can maybe find something off the back of it.
This cage can really lock things down. Jutsu already super low. Healing has come out, though. Juno, cage fight, or Kitsune rush ready to go. Cage fight down. Gap is just deleted on the point, but J-Man still available and alive, doing some damage on high. Are they going to be able to keep going? Death Blossom in from Biz, but they're taken down, and Jutsu has this artillery strike, but it's not going to be necessary here as they're just going to get all the damage they need. Point does flip over, though. Now Kitsune rush is going to be invested here by Hutch into this fight. They have the opportunity to take this back. They need to be able to find back. His Hattori is back from spawn. The trades there still even all around. No Kiriko's on the point, but Jutsu still alive, well, and dealing damage as they find out Gap, and the point should flip back over to Kintsugi.
Lovely swing from Jutsu there, able to clean up the point in favor of Kintsugi. A couple cracks, but they'll be able to cap, and something pretty miraculous happens from Amplify and Biz. Wraithform quickly expiring may well not be that miracle. Ewan next up on the touch, and you have been able to at least mount this recontest, but you need this catnap, you need it now.
You definitely do. Lich has this Death Blossom available, and Biz and Gap are gone. Now going in right onto J-Man. Ewan falling, and this is all but over here. Spectreon Juno is a consolation prize from Hutch, but that is not going to matter as Kintsugi take round number one.
Well played, I have to say, from Kintsugi. Amplify able to keep hold of things for a while. Again, I'm a little bit curious about the Zen ban. Was it really the best we could have brought to the table? Zenyatta, really? Love to hear the details about that one, but either way, it hasn't worked out for them so far. If control center is a little bit awkward to maneuver around for the Cat Bastion, then here Gardens is going to be the exact opposite. Open sight lines, very little places to take cover. J-Man and Jutsu, their duel in the area is going to be pivotal, and so whoever gets that form active first and gets committed to a good swing, going to be on taking that fight. Not a lot that the rest of the ground team can do off the map.
Goodbye. Biz falls to the grenade, and now that's just going to be a free fight win, right, for Kintsugi. They can't really do anything without Biz, and now you might even find J-Man and Ewan. Now they're going to be able to get away for the time being.
It's good shooting from Jutsu, but I mean, the nade is the only thing that mattered. Tiny little boop there, just slightly displacing Biz, but he's still got a chance to play the game. He's done no damage. Tara invested, Jewel in the air, trying to secure the kill, but the tracking's bloody tricky. Jutsu goes down to self-damage of all things, and Ewan survives on a sliver.
J-Man does get traded, and Kiwi, the guy from the UK, already stepping up back for Kintsugi, as that is the team fight wipe for Kintsugi.
That's my Team UK flag support. Well played. Coming through from the jetpack app of all things, and Amplify now. Figure out ways to make a recontest happen, because they've died in such, I want to say, almost silly ways. They just don't have the ult charge maybe necessary. Jutsu's got his Bastion ult. This is 34% of the way to his.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this works for him. Jutsu already looking to get an opportunity for artillery strike, but they're going to go in. J-Man super low already. And they get healed back up, but still nothing doing quite just yet. J-Man now, their artillery strike of their own. They're going to go right onto the point there, looking to take down Lich, but they're going to just be able to wraith away. Now onto the point comes Biz, gonna get caught out for the moment. Catnapper invested here by Kiwi, and there they go. Gap takes a nice nap as they're going to be able to finish things up. Lich looking for some more damage, looking for some more kills. Death Blossom on the point, going to be able to swift step away. And there's the picks coming through with the Death Blossom of their own as Kintsugi have gotten up to 75% already.
Since the skies have opened up for Kintsugi, and so too has the objective, 80% in their favor. Not a lick of progress for Amplify. This is going to be their last and only chance. Need to make something happen. They need to do it soon, but they also basically all mirrored, and they start it with a huge HP gap.
Artillery strike in. See if it's going to get something. Cage fight is just going to destroy Gap on there before anything can be really said and done. Point does flip over, though, to Amplify for the time being, but I think it's just going to delay the inevitable here, Spectron, unless something changes drastically. Juno does fall. They still have an opportunity here, but there is only a couple people left, and Ewan now down for the count, but hey, still the picks are going to come through from the respawns of Amplify. Hattori, Kiwi down, and they are going to look to flip the point back, but still it is just going to be Gap on this point, taking it. Kicking and screaming from Kintsugi.
Yeah, Gap holds on enough to cause that, constellation flip to become permanent. Kintsugi, though, only need that one moment. They only need one weakness to punish, and they're more than capable of finding that. We've seen multiple times before. Kiwi, Catnap, only thing active so far. Jutsu with the Bastion duel so far. J-Man tries to win it in his favor, but neither side able to finish the kill early on.
Hutch going down early, and now Gap is going to get stunned up, taken down, as now they don't have those Kitsune rush for this fight. There's artillery strike coming through, but J-Man's dealt with swiftly as well, and this is going to quickly go back to Kitsuge's favor here and set us up for last fight territory. Gap finding Kiwi, though.
Indeed. Not the start you're looking for whatsoever if you are Kintsugi. Flip, nice to have still. It's by no means unwinnable. A cage in the corner perhaps could happen from Hattori, but she doesn't want to press the button. Jutsu, though, gets started with a lovely kill to Viz.
There is the cage fight out. Gap going down. Artillery strike out from Jutsu, and there's all the picks necessary in the world. The Death Blossom not even necessary to finish it off as Kintsugi take map number 1.
Looking like the stronger team so far. There's no better way of describing it to my eyes. On at least the Bash and Mag, I do think they just look pretty superior to the opposition. Especially coming through from the decision making from Kiwi. Had some really great moments on that jetpack cat. So you play the game, at least for Ewan, is able to find a double kill. quick stun, and he flies off the map in here as well, man. Oh, it's so peak. It's so peak.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff all around, though, from Kintsugi. As of course, my camera is now frozen as well. That's great. That's just great. Uh,
It's life.
that's life. I agree. Now, we do already have our map choice coming in here.
There we go, quick.
Yeah, it is. Has come in pretty quick. We're gonna be headed into Suravasa here, Spectreon.
Good map.
I agree. Agreed. Do now you know things more than me. Do anyone on any of the EMEA players have the India buff on this map?
No.
Well,
I
no, I'm like saying, did Prash give any of them the India buff?
Oh, it's a temporary thing. He has to be
Mm,
there to say it. It's not like you just get passive unless you're
okay,
actually
okay,
from the great nation of India.
okay.
Um,
Or you,
Hitori is German, I believe. Juno is as well. Obviously,
Swedish.
Kiwi's British. It happens. It happens.
Juno is Swedish.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
my mistake then.
Um, we missed everything because we were
It
talking about
happens.
India buff. We missed what the bands are.
Mm,
Uh-oh. And my cam is still frozen.
Love me some technical issues. It's not a fun stream without them.
I know, it's just great. Hopefully, this just does not happen on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
man.
remember when it's somebody else doing the production, it's not really our responsibility.
True. Hopefully, that'll be sorted by then. Who knows? Who knows, though? Waiting for lineups to be finalized here. And then we'll see and if anything changes. So far,
Hmm.
nothing's changed. No.
Life.
That's
What's
life.
the veto again?
I have no idea.
Damn,
No
my
idea.
Chunga streamer.
It all happened so quickly, Spectreon cast.
Mm.
I couldn't get it. I couldn't see it in time. But we will find out in a second here. At least in a minute.
So we will.
And maybe my game will unfreeze in a minute.
That would be pretty nice. We can pray for days like that, if and when they come. I assume Cat Bastion will be banned here. There's just no way you ever lose like that on Cat Bastion and go, yeah, I want to continue playing this. It is the way I do
Yeah.
things, at least.
We'll have to see, right? I'd have to agree with you. I'd have to agree with you indeed. Oh, let me just try chaining right to the source, and maybe that'll fix it. No, we're just gonna lose my camera in general. Oh, there we go. There's that. Now you can see everything in my stream, my room. All right. We have the bands. Should be Diva May, and I think it will be from Kintsugi Diva and oh wait, no May. Wait. Cassidy was banned by so Diva was banned by Amplify, and then May was banned by Kintsugi, I think. Is how that works.
You know more than me, my friend.
I think that's how that works.
Mm.
I think.
Good.
All right. Oh, there's my camera back too, by the way. I fixed it. All right. As we head into our next map here, Spectreon, we are headed into Saravasa.
Place to be. Generally, you do see teams go here and just wanting to play fully good ground warfare. Obviously, that's not going to come through, as you mentioned. May, Diva bans materializing. Just playing more of the same, very likely. Which a very interesting place for Amplify, especially to take this veto. Diva ban into Hitori, I guess you want to continue playing the Malga, but it hasn't worked out for you so far. So this requires a certain confidence in your play, which I haven't quite seen backed up in the server. But the ability to back yourself, I suppose, always has to be respected. See how it works out.
I mean, yeah, and I also like the look. I've liked the look of Gap's Malga as well. So not something I've hated. And but Lich has definitely gotten an upper hand in this Reaper duel so far. Already in control of the point is Kintsugi.
Indeed they are. 10% already in favor of Kintsugi. Lich does have to back out. Won't be able to find any exits at least, but just some additional ult charge in favor of him. And so far, Amplify's veto, their first ban, their map pick, is not going in their favor. Having to retake space already. J-Man pre-fighted. It's ugly.
Yeah, not what you wanted to see. Hitori, though, gonna get kind of low. Down to half HP. Gonna get everything invested into them. As Gap is able to now take Lich and send them back to spawn. We'll see, though. Hitori walking forward. So Biz very low, trapped up and stunned up for the moment. Kitsune rush in. Hitori down. Point flips over. Amplify.
Yeah, that it does. They were to get their progress for the first time today. Long range nade attempted for J-Man won't connect. Off the back of the Kitsu, though, is what found them that valued. Will it be able to respond similarly, though, when Juno drops one of her own? Or will Amplify be the ones to force to give the flip back? Remember how fast these flashpoints go by.
Yeah, very fast. There goes the Bastion duel in the sky. J-Man gonna get caught out. Now Hutch falling down as well. Is Jutsu able to find two, almost maybe some more? They're gonna invest the artillery strike right on top of them, and Biz falling down, able to stay alive through it all. Jutsu finally falling in the midst of it, but is it going to be enough to keep it going for either of these two teams? Right, Kintsugi did flip it back over into their favor. Now Ewan down on the point. And it looks like, yep, we're going to be taking first flashpoint into favor of Kintsugi.
Yeah, they will. Doesn't matter. Biz gets the better of his opposite number. If you're not actually on the bloody point, Hitori can die here, and it won't change her life one jot. And even better if Kiwi comes with the escape with the taxi. So she's made it out. Next flashpoint we're heading towards looks like Gardens. This is going to be a short ult lead temporarily for Amplify. Catnap versus the Bastion form, but the lead on the Cage is going to be what gives them the advantage. But what can they actually do with it?
We'll see here as Biz is already caught. Juno is going to get traded, though, but it looks like Gap will be sent to spawn quickly there, and they do indeed. As point will be unlocked and taken to start by Kintsugi yet again, though. Hutch has found 2 kills, and it might just be able to, well, now they're going to be running for the hills.
All they can do. Back out now. Hutch. Keep calm, my son. You do have to stay alive, but all's well. All's good. Check marks now online. Coming from a pretty chaotic fight. Again, Cage value, the important thing. We start with the Reaper, and that's what it does with no Cage.
Lich falling. Hitori going to get the trade right onto their counterpart, though. So you're still sitting pretty, but I don't know. It looks like Amplify still have the upper hand in this all, but Hutch going down like that. Not what you wanted to see. No healing left. Juno needs to stay alive if they want to have a counterattack. Is Lich now back from spawn, waiting to walk forward. So is Gap, though. As well, now they're going to come through. There's the Catnapper, and Hitori's off, but Kiwi gets the trade. Kitsune now coming through, and it should take the point back in Kintsugi's favor.
Kintsu Bastion is just unethical. Lich as well does plenty good with it. Those Hellfire shotguns getting absolutely involved. With that, it should be Kintsugi finding the hold here Amplify feel well and good with their effort, but unfortunately they've used basically their entire ult bank from very little. Only the J-Man artillery form now, which just it's not enough. Simply put, it's not enough stock to be able to make any sort of investment, and so Kintsugi either lose this neutral or go up 2-0 here on Flashpoint.
J-Man's all alone and taken down by Jutsu already in the sky. The absolute dogfight in the sky there. Lich is going to take down another one too, and this is just going to be all over here for for Amplify as Kintsugi look to clean up everyone else. Kiwi able to take down their counterpart, and second Flashpoint going Kintsugi's favor.
I feel like this was a marginally trolled veto from Amplify. I can't lie. I feel like every veto from Amplify has been trolled, but I don't know. I just don't understand losing on Cat Bastion. Being like, yeah, we're gonna play more Cat Bastion, and then getting smacked. Because that's what's happened. 2-0 so far. This could be a very fast Saravasa unless something changes, and lightning fast.
Yeah, they desperately need to get some changes going. And hey, there's a pick from J-Man on the Lich, starting it off well. This is what you needed, and now you're back in control of this pretty handily, unless Jutsu changes, something changes into their favor desperately. Now with J-Man falling, artillery strike coming in, and now you've got your respawns coming back here as Lich already back from spawn, looking to deal some damage as Blizz walks right in to those Hellfire shotguns. Kitsune rush in the back line. Hutch gonna drop their Kitsune rush on the point. Is gonna be able to walk away for the moment. They have to invest everything into this fight, and they still haven't definitively won this fight quite just yet. But now Hitori falling down should allow Amplify to finally get control of this point.
I mean, sure, you get it, but you're forced to spend your Kitsune. The opposing team does not. And this is off of that fight. You started with, what, 1 or 2 opening picks. Amplify were hard pressed to get the 20 or so percent they've now accrued. Kintsugi gonna walk back in with their Kitsune rush, and as long as Biz and J-Man don't combine ults, then they probably just win that fight straight out. Kintsugi is still pretty comfortable in my estimation. They have to get Biz out as well, who no Wraith, no TP, has to just turn tail and run back to the points.
Dear Biz, very close. There's the Death Blossom, but, well, just instantly taken care of with all that damage coming in through that Kitsune rush. Ewan does find Jutsu with a Catnapper, but that's all they're going to be able to find in this fight, and it's all said and done, and the point flips back over to Kintsugi.
Like I said, we walk in with Kitsu. The ult's just quite good here, unmirrored. And so you find the flip. 75% does mean that Amplify have good progress here, but progress doesn't matter if they don't convert it into a flashpoint. About 2 fights needed from Kintsugi. Lich spotted out early. Having to use that Wraith form early, this guy is not pleasant. 100 HP as he turns, but Swift Step and Cleanse is going to help him survive.
Tori's found a pick already, so Lich does as well, and that's all wrapped up in a bow for Kintsugi, not having to invest anything into that fight there, and taking it quickly.
Yeah, just trapped all of Amplify in a small room. Managed to land the stomp, land the turret. Lich is in an angle as well, throwing damage in, and they have no targets to catch onto themselves. So now 75%. They need to get an overtime fight win here. They need to find a way of finding the victory. Cage invest in Hitori, low HP. She can't survive.
Yeah, Hitori going down is going to be huge for Amplify stonks here. They're going to be able to take it back up to 93% there for Kintsugi.
Whoever wins this next fight is going to be the one winning the flashpoint. For Kintsugi, that means going up 2-0. For Amplify, it means starting the reverse if necessary on Saravasa. Overtime going to be started. It's Jetpack Cat who procs that, but plenty of time still before the entirety of Kintsugi is actually active.
Oh my goodness, and Hitori is just deleted there in the cage fight from Gap. And it looks like it's all over on this flashpoint, and finally looking like Amplify has woken up here, Spectrion, as they clean up this third flashpoint.
They do, but still by no means as certain as maybe you'd want. Juno being staggered, but it does allow her to charge additionally into Kitsune Rush, so that's going to be, again, 50% ahead of Hutch. A huge tool. We've seen how effective these Kitsunes have been unmirrored. When we look at Gardens next, the Catchton is a little bit harder to find value from the ground trade, going to be more important than ever. And it feels like that has been the one winning point about Amplify. We just dropped our Bastion in front of Amalga, and it works out about as well as you'd expect.
As now Jutsu can reign free in the sky. They're going to look to take this flashpoint early here, but Biz might have an opportunity to say no as well with the Gap. Finding the pick on the Lich. Now Kitsune Rush going to be invested here, and you're just going to run for the hills if you're Gap. And now you can definitely come back pretty quickly, but Hutch going super low.
Indeed, Low's not dead though. Point Cap obviously in favor of Kintsugi. Amplify have to do something and soon, but they might not have the opportunity as the Bastion Jewel that comes through once more.
Dogfight in the sky, but there goes the Death Blossom in from Biz. Is it going to find anything? Hutch is off the side of the map, but so are Kiwi and Hitori down. And so it's still an opportunity for Amplify to take this, and well, it looks like they shall. As J-Man does fall though, but it's still in the end, Amplify have this upper hand. Up to 58% though for Kintsugi.
I feel like a broken record. Amplify have Kitsu. Kintsugi don't. Amplify win the fight. Ultimate's busted in this comp. That being said, because Kintsugi have that first cap, and as you mentioned, that 58% worth its weight in gold. Fight, maybe fight and a half needed from Kintsugi if they want to close out this map, and Amplify don't have their best tool anymore.
Here's Gap about to be online with their cage fight. Hitori already having it available here as well. Definitely and the advantage right now is Amplify with these ultimates online, but we'll see if they matter in the end. There's the cage fights coming through. Already dealt with his Histories. There goes Gaps. Is now Kiwi out of the sky as J-Man dealing the damage with that Bastion, and they will keep things going their way. Ewan does fall for the moment. Now stunned up. J-Man investing that artillery strike on the point. Gonna get taken down is Jutsu. And now we might be headed to a point number 5 here, Spectreon, as Juno falls. Lich is back from spawn, looking to deal something, trying to get the tide back into their favor. The Death Blossom coming in from Biz. No one falling. Still have an opportunity. Gonna Wraith walk away for the moment. Still looking to get things going. Anyone needs a pick, but Hitsune have the point in their favor and buying some percentage.
And they're stable now. They've had a chance to reset their health bars. Catnap in from Kiwi. Don't believe any catches, but still the disruption good enough. J-Man taxied in. Sent to flip back from Amplify. 99-99 for both sides now.
Kitsune Rush is online, and this should be all you need, but Hitori dropping the cage fight here. Not going to be able to find anything with it. Biz very low. Hitori, though, the one to fall down first. Gap walking forward. You have Blossom available, but are you going to find any value with it? There's the Death Blossom in. Cage fight right onto him, but the Catnapper finding Juno out, and it looks like Amplify are going to live to fight another day with another Flashpoint win.
Down to the wire here, but Amplify making this reverse sweep of reality here in Suraversa. 2-2 now, Palace to decide. Kintsugi throw everything into that fight, and it's so bloody close, but when all is said and done, Lich simply can't clutch up enough on that Reaper. Oh, it's gonna feel terrible for you for Kintsugi. You come so close, you try so hard, it doesn't come up heads. Now Amplify swinging high ground first.
See here now as Biz takes down Lich, but again, trades are still there, so no one in the advantage quite just yet, but now artillery strike gonna be invested onto the point. No one falls, still looking for the first capture of this 5th and final point on Palace here. Now Kitsune Rush invested. That's the go sign for the rest of Kintsugi to take point and force Amplify back.
Indeed. You have to respect the ultimate. It is simply that powerful. Nothing else you can do about it. Lich finds himself secreted into a corner. Swing comes through, but with the self-heal, neither player is going to die. Can't say the same about J-Man, though, who does end up falling. Hutch, Biz, all posting kills. The control of the point from Kintsugi is tenuous. They have to hold on for whatever they can, but Amplify just too strong, too powerful. Will be able to clean up.
Yeah, as they're going to look to get things going. Hutch with 2 there late, up to 50% here. No, 49% for Kintsugi, though.
Yeah, Kintsugi. Good enough progress, sure, but they would have probably wanted a little bit more. I feel like point percentage, the way it works on Flashpoint, just isn't as important as it is on something like A control, just because it ticks up so damn quickly. Kintsugi have to be happy with what they have, but more important, they need to find a way of finding a flip and doing it now.
Cage fight in. Jutsu gonna drop their artillery strike, but Lich is already down again. So does Hitori. Everything coming up Amplify here on this 5th point, and they've got them. They've got Kintsugi on the ropes here with Jutsu getting kind of staggered out here.
These are crazy people to stagger. You simply don't stagger a Bastion. I've never seen it before in my life. But making it happen is Amplify feeling themselves. They've really turned this around. So close to completing the reverse sweep. Yeah, you'll probably find it easy enough getting the touch. Kiwi doing some spawn maxing on the Weaver. Then back over to the Cat. First touch through from Hitori. DPS ults almost online, but the Kitsune rush from Juno, what you have to put all your eggs into.
See here now as they're going to walk forward out and see. Point is going to get taken as they're just, yeah, and you can just kite away because you already have 99% on it. Now you have your own Kitsune rush in from Hutch on the point. Now you can walk forward, look to build up ultimates of your own. Artillery strike in from Jutsu. You've got to touch. Yeah, you've got to touch, but now it's going to come through. There's Death Blossom ready to go out from Lich, but you're not really going to find any damage coming in. Now Biz dropping their own. It looks all but over here unless Hitori can find some damage, but it's just not going to happen. Biz locks it down for Amplify as we're all tied up 1-1.
Amplify lock in on Suravasa. 2 close losses. They're able to turn against them, and then 3 hardpoint flashpoints to take us here to 1-1. Last fight, perfect disengage of the enemy Kitsune rush. Walk in with your own. The only time it feels like that we see both all in the same fight. But Hutch gets it online just in time because of that. Able to take Suravasa, able to bring us back to parity. And Kintsugi, I think, are going to feel a little bit hard done. They didn't win that one because it looks like they had multiple opportunities they really should have.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there. 50 Kitsune rushes, rush assists for Hutch, by the way. Just the sheer amount. That incredible stuff, right? I mean, we'll see how this transitions now with Kintsugi already having map choice ready to go here, as we will be headed in to Rialto.
Interesting one. Rialto, longer sidelines, typically. I'm very curious to see what you possibly would be vetoing here. If you're Kintsugi, I assume you keep the captain in. Maybe you want to play Diva. I guess you just play Diva here and then just hope it's like good enough for you. I haven't seen what else you'd really want to get rid of. You're playing the full mirror. It's confident enough for you. Sure, you lost it here, but so I think the tank chase is the big thing. We'll have to wait and see exactly what they have in mind, though, as we get a little bit deeper in.
Yeah, we'll see Ana ban coming in from Kintsugi there, interestingly enough. Interesting. Ana ban. What are your thoughts on that for Kintsugi?
I think it protects the jetpack cap. I think it also specifically stops people from playing the Ana variation of the cat Bastion comp, by which you get powerful action swings with the Nana boost, right? Also, the Ana is just quite good at punishing tank line because the Ana cooldowns are, in my opinion, still broken and still need nerf. That being said, it's not the most impactful ban I've ever seen, but we'll see exactly how it works out later on.
Yes, and now we have both bans, but obviously the way FACEIT, the FACEIT website is, we can't see that quite just yet. We can take a look at the scoreboard though from the last map if you so desire. There, What stands out to you on this your Spectreon?
A lot of numbers.
A lot of numbers.
Obviously, you see quite high damage or just across the board. It's kind of what this comp just does.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Lich, I feel it was dying first a lot.
Mm-hmm.
15 deaths is too much on Suravasa. It's too much. So I feel like we clean up some of that, and I feel like you're in a much better position here. Because it's not like the rest of the team is dying an egregious amount. Like, it's going to happen. But 15, big number.
This is a big number, yeah. Only a 1.73 KD, and I mean we can take a look at the last one, right? On round one, only 6 deaths, 4 KD. Yeah, not what you want to see from your Reaper player, right? Especially with the kit that the Reaper has, you can be able to get
Yeah,
killed
because
pretty
you got
quickly.
lifesteal, 300
Mhm.
HP, invulnerability for a bit, long range TP. You got so many options here.
Yeah, we'll have to
I,
see though. What do you expect the band to be from Amplify here as we head into Rialto?
um, I honestly, again, couldn't tell you. Again, maybe targeting the tank line more, but that Diva ban I kind of spoke about before, I think not valid anymore. You've used it. I feel like you used it at a time where it's not pristine, and now what do you kill? Reaper, maybe try and play like Tracer Mirror.
Hmm.
I'm really not sure what your options are here.
I I have no clue. It's why I love working with you, Spec, because you actually understand things. I just like to talk fast, but
The same at the end of the day. It's all just Overwatch.
it's just all Overwatch. It's all
Uh huh.
Overwatch. All
So
Overwatch
Overwatch all the way
now.
down. So they don't tell you.
Um, we'll see here though in a second, as we will be getting lineups finalized here, and finally does so. As the oh, I was wrong. Who banned what last map? Oh well.
We'll survive, I think.
It because now Amplify has banned Diva, so it was a May ban or a Diva ban from Kintsugi last map and a May ban from Amplify. So we'll see how that works for them. So a Diva ban coming through from Amplify here.
Diva ban coming through for Amplify.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this map.
valid, makes sense. You don't want to deal with the Hitori Diva. High ground control on Rialto's especially effective. It would sync up quite well with the cache, and you don't want to have any part of that speed. Honestly, I would not mind like a Soj here rather than the Reaper. I do think I would probably prefer that on the whole. Wait and see if that's what actually materializes though in the lobby. I do think the Reaper just kind of, I don't say doesn't do a lot, but I don't think it does a lot in this necessarily. You kind of need someone to either force point or punish like long sidelines. And Reaper, I'm not quite sure does either at least in
Mhm.
a manner that is as effective as maybe we'd want. So
Well, now we are just waiting for Ewan to join the lobby, and then we shall be headed into the game in as swiftly as we can. And there, Ewan has joined the lobby, and now we can join the game here, Spectreon, as we are headed into Rialto.
place to be.
The place to
You and I
be.
both visited Venice.
I haven't visited Venice. I've just visited
You know,
Rome. No, I've just gone to Rome.
it's like not that good in my opinion.
That's why I like
Like
Rome.
you walk around, you're like, wow, it's got like water, and then that that's all it's got. Maybe I'm biased. It doesn't even have like a bridge, which if you cross it, you get like instantly exploded on.
Exactly. It's not Rome.
It's true. I haven't been to Rome.
You should go to Rome.
We'll see if it's in the cards.
Specifically in August when I'm in Rome.
Mm. I
Thoughts?
may have other responsibilities in August.
Yeah, but like, but you could hang out with my mother again.
That's true, but I already am going to Sweden in August, so
No. Why would
it's
you go
been
to
booked.
Why would you go to Sweden in August? There's no Overwatch.
Huh? Because there's alcohol.
Yeah, but there's alcohol in Italy. We could have some Peroni.
I've had Peroni. I want Swedish, like, random, like, 60%, like, pool cleaner, the way God intended. By the way, Kintsugi are on some nonsense. Juno is actually on that Zenyatta. So we saw for a second they tried it. 5 up won't connect. We're playing more of the same when it all works out. Both teams perfectly happy playing this mirror. I think sticking to the meta a little bit harder than we've seen any team from EMEA do so far.
Yeah. I love, like, there's so many talented hit scan players in NA, and the fact that they're relegated to Bastion kind of sucks. Like, yesterday on Atlas, we got to see an incredible Sojourn duel between Team Z and the Fallen with Winter and the other name is Azra. But and now we're just going to be seeing more. This Jutsu is going to find a couple picks here for Kintsugi as they will take first point pretty swiftly here.
Yeah, back to winning ways by the looks of things. Kintsugi able to get their Bastion set up at a decent angle. Amplify can do nothing about it, and so they take the L. We'll have a recontest here, but it will not be fantastic. They have to give a certain amount of respect to the form, and because J-Man doesn't, will be the first to fall.
They will as the slam comes in here, but Gap's already dealt with swiftly. This should just be a quick capture as Satori looking to run for the for a slam. Lich does fall. Ewan trying to buy time. But it's just all over now as Gap running away to the corner of death, trying to set back up.
Indeed. So back and forth, but able to get it over the line in the end. Deep push from Hitori. Kintsugi, these eliminations, won't be able to find them out just yet. But at the end of the day, Hitori buys some time for the cart to roll forward and isn't punished, so I don't think she can be too mad about the results. 5 ults for Kintsugi. Amplify a little bit later to the same results. See how it works out as we begin to battle.
Yeah, there's the clear out coming in as Hutch does drop their Kitsune Rush, and Lich does find the pick on a J-Man, though. So now you haven't really invested anything besides the Catnapper as Gap goes down. And that's all you need to take the fight. Victory in a Kitsune Rush fight by Amplify.
Yeah, it should be something you're finding a lot more success of if you are Amplified but not able to catch onto any individual target. Catnap obviously invested onto Gap as he found himself in a bit of field anyhow. Very good scenario now for Kintsugi. Don't even go for the Kitsune to start out. Just the mirror on the cage. High damage onto Gap and a trade of the trade.
Oh, Gap is going to be the one to start us off with 2, though. Now the tables have been turned, Spectreon. The fight currently going the way of Amplify after Kintsugi invested that Kitsune rushes. Juno now falling, and Hitori running for the hills, trying to stay alive, and will finally fall down to that chip damage.
Can't make it out of the burn, I believe, good enough. He tries his best to live, see how it works out, but huge feat coming through from Gap. A double stomp. You don't find exactly that. I mean, your team goes down for sure. You get Cage, you get Kintsugi, your HP is not great. But now Kintsugi have a chance to make this hold strong. DPS ults, all you have in line for a second, but Kiwi, their Catnap coming online sooner rather than later.
Oh goodness, is able to stay alive. Gonna have to Wraith Walk though. Jutsu dropping their artillery artillery strikes now onto the point, but in the meanwhile, while you wasted your time, you lost Satori.
Yeah, a bit weird. I don't know what she's really in for, considering her Bastion is the most definition out I've maybe ever seen. But hey, it's all good in the hood. Still 2 minutes on the bank. Good enough time to make this walk through. Biz, low-key packed up by a Lich, but just be an exchange of cooldowns more than anything else. Kintsugi looking to walk back in mostly with their Catnap, I'd imagine, but getting that Cage, getting that Kitsu online for the late fight would be pristine.
If you can hold on while Hutch uses their own Kitsune Rush to start us off, that would be massive. We'll see if they're going to be able to get into this. Catnapper ready to go from Kiwi, but still the fight has not broken out quite just yet for either of these two teams. Still waiting for an opening, but now there it is. The Kitsune Rushes have been invested, and Hitori able to stop down gap and take things back, and it's all green for Kintsugi to take that fight, and looks like they're going to take second.
Takes them a second, but as you mentioned, able to find a victory time, make extension through about 4 minutes. Oh, 3, sorry. To close out the map. Amplify obviously heavier ults here by a pretty significant margin. Just having that Kitsu, well, not the Kitsu lead, sorry, the Catnap lead will be pretty helpful. The CC, always impactful, especially in a comp like this. So even if they find this hold, then what else can they do with it? Cave through from Hitori, Biz exploded, Lich blossoms it. And there's no fight here for Amplify. They just get folded.
Yeah, and all invested really quickly into that. Good news, though, right? If we're looking at ultimates here, Spectreon, 3 ultimates to boot for Amplify coming back from spawn, but already going to be investing the artillery strike from Jutsu.
Artillery strike, obviously, powerful tool, but mostly survival in terms of killing, less so. Cut moving in. Amplify do have great areas and idle tools, but how long can they chain them out for? How long can they stay alive for?
I mean, especially since Gap is already so low, and Lich is going to be able to find that kill. Trade there, down goes Lich, but now you have this Death Blossom, and it's going to work for you. Kiwi's going to fall, but is it going to be enough? J-Man from spawn taking down Jutsu as well, so it looks like Amplify have the hold in the cards for now as J-Man cleans up too. And now under 1:30 for Kintsugi to complete those last under 2 meters.
Yeah, lovely work from Biz there on that Reaper to find that hold. Kintsugi, 20% lead on Kitsu might be all they need, but Catnap's nice to have as well. Overtime cap more likely than not, but with time would be pristine. They'd love to have that added bonus heading into OT.
They would indeed. They would indeed. Catnapper ready to go, but the real boon is the Kitsune Rush about to come online here. Now available, but Biz finding an opening. Lich down for the count already. May be able to find some more. You might just have to back away if you're Kintsugi for now.
All you can do, you get your exchange, your cooldowns, your exchange of ideas. You hold enough forward space that you're pretty confident in your touch, you're confident in your fight. It's really not the end of the world, just to play time for a second. Walk back in with your tools, now they're all available.
Gauge fight in, Kitsune rushes out, J-Man deleting that gauge fight. But now the Catnapper coming through from Ewan, taking him for a ride. Ewan falling, the picks keep coming in, and it's all green yet again. And Kintsugi wrap it up with a 3K from Lich to take all 3 points on Rialto.
11 seconds left on the bank, about the least you can possibly have. But when all's said and done, then it is a completion. At some points, I think they maybe even go faster. Their first was pretty fantastically played. It doesn't quite work out in that way. But Kintsugi, I think, most definitely back to winning ways. I think that Syrup might have had them a bit shaken. Glad they're still playing the same Overwatch they regularly do.
Yeah, definitely looking a lot better here on Rialto. We'll see if this continues, though, on their defense. And maybe, just maybe, we'll be seeing them take this 2-1 series lead into map number 4.
Indeed. Very real chance that Kintsugi able to find the lead here. It's more likely than not. In fact, no changes have been made so far. No changes in this series at all, actually. We played the exact same thing 24/7, no? This exact comp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This is a
sleeper. And a sleeper.
A little bit, yeah. I feel like we see a bit more variety in EMEA. Saw Ryan earlier from Crocs. Played Ryan, and he played Doomfist.
Oh no, I don't have my badge emote on my Twitter, my Twitch account. No.
That's so fucked up.
I know, it sucks, bro. How am I supposed
It is what it is.
How am I supposed to think this match? How am I supposed to show my emotions for this match in Twitch chat.
You probably use your voice for it. You're a streamer.
Like, you know what, Spectron? Stop using facts and logic.
Those facts might not care about your feelings, but the feelings of the players in the lobby absolutely do matter here. Mental, obviously, incredibly important at a time like this, and J-Man gonna go for anything risky so far, maybe burnt by previous over-aggressive cycles.
A lot of over-aggressiveness coming in already, and Jutsu and Hattori are there to clean it up immediately as J-Man gonna get caught out there late.
Indeed. Lovely kills. Manifesting. Hattori and Juno start off their defense pretty strong. Minute off the bank. And not a lot to complain about if you are Kintsugi. Defending on this comp always feels a little bit bad. It's so engaged, focused, that you can't just, sit back, wait on your opponents to make a mistake that you can with more standard hit scan based stuff, where you just shoot your gun and essentially wait for your opponents to over peak. Here you have to be constantly looking for targets, but if you find them, I mean, look at that.
Yeah, Jutsu finding J-Man out while Gap was on a scavenger hunt there in that room. And now you lose Biz as well, right? And I think, I mean, you do find the pick on a Juno, right? That is big, especially for the offenders right now. You can, you kind of have to back away if you're Kintsugi.
You do for a bit, and you have to give over a little bit of push, but your Kiri is going to be back exceedingly fast, right? And very important for Amplify. They don't overplay their hand. They don't overpush their advantage. They just take some space and punish anyone from Kintsugi who goes for a significant overstep.
Juno rush now in here. Hutch dropping theirs in response. Juno comes in. Now cage fight out. Both gone instantly. As still they're waiting for an opportunity. Death Blossom all ready to go when they need it. He's still haven't used it. Stomped up, taken down as Biz. Lich not going to be able to invest their Death Blossom, but it's just not going to be needed in this fight when it's all said and done. The team kill in from Kintsugi.
Again, they find that hold. Minute and a half left to go. Amplifies them pretty heavily to get it over the line there. Unfortunately, don't find that success. Kintsugi spending as well, but they hold on to an extra ult and they hold on to the fight as well. So things still working out in favor of the gold and white team. Bastion's mirrored out, obviously, does mean the turrets are going to be getting a smidge more aggro in this fight, but Lich's really the one to watch with that Reaper ult, with access to the high grounds. Could find a big one. Find a doozy.
Here now, Satori is already into the back line. Biz is all but over there as there's the Death Blossom kill to finish it off. Now you walk forward. There's the artillery strike, but Hattori just does not care here as Kiwi takes Ewan off the side of the map to finish off that fight and maybe finish off this map. Under 40 seconds to go.
Last fight territory. Kintsugi have Cage and Kitsu. Amplify don't have anything to answer, at least in the early stage. So as long as Kintsugi finish off these ults, then I think an aggressive engage, looking to target maybe just Gap, maybe just Biz, would be for sure the name of the game. See how it works out, though, as gonna walk up for Amplify.
We'll see here as they're already making their move to the back side of Rialto. Biz in the back line, though, is going to get caught. Who's going to fall as Lich needs to get some healing now. There's the stun. Cage fight in. Kitsune rush out. Hattori very low, but there's the Catnapper coming through. And Hattori with a 2K slam. Takes down Biz, takes down Hutch, and that takes down Amplify's chance of doing anything more on Rialto as overtime ticks away as Kintsugi take map number 3.
Why didn't they just do that before? I'm kind of mad. How do they get reverse ups on Sura if they're just going to full hold on and full complete on the map where they play the exact same comp? What?
NA, man. NA. Nearest airport.
I would like to remind you, at this point in my EMEA game, Crocs was like literally solo typing and mostly locking Ryan. It was powerful. I do suggest you check out the VOD if you're interested. Crocs is probably top 10 most entertaining FACEIT players. Top 3, in fact. I'm going so far as to say that.
Let's see here. Oh, wait. There we go. See, I did it quickly enough. There we go. I figured out how to reset the camera.
Buckley.
Big League. That's me. Big League Joker's Ransom.
It's what their government name is.
Yeah, Big League Joker's Ransom. And all I eat is Big League Chew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Big League Chew is, Spectreon Cast?
Not even remotely.
It's gum that's supposed to mimic tobacco.
Mm.
Here, wait, I'll show. Oh wait, we're on.
Thank you.
I'll show you what it is. Actually, you know what? You think I could get in trouble for showing this on a FACEIT broadcast? Probably not.
I don't know.
Well, you could show it anyway. That's what Big League Chew is. See right there.
I see. I have, I see why I would never have seen this before in my life.
Yeah, because you don't follow baseball. I get it.
No, I'm a British man.
You know what? Let's get you into baseball. How about Arsenal, right?
I don't watch football either. Can I?
What the hell? What type of British man are you?
Huh? The type that just watches Overwatch?
Exactly. What a weirdo.
I'll occasionally watch like pro climbing.
Are you
watch
gonna
the sport?
Are you gonna watch the World Cup?
If my dad makes me.
Oh my God! I don't even watch soccer like that, and I'm gonna watch the World Cup. What are we doing here?
There's Overwatch to watch, bro. I'm a busy man.
What are we doing here? But with Amplify, they just banned Mizuki.
Dude, they're on some bullshit.
Why are we banning Mizuki, man?
Content, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. Mizuki isn't good. You might have seen Zeta Division play it and been psyoped, but just because it's being played by like Shu and Proper and that the hero like exists and is real, the hero is still fake in my professional opinion. Don't play her. Don't play him. It's just there's no reason to.
I agree. We're not in a projectile meta.
No.
So there's really no point. This is brought to you by Joker's Ransom and Spectreon Casts.
Yep. Well, I also just think, what's the word? Mizuki just isn't a good hero anyway. Like, the amount of times where I would make a comp and I go, yeah, I really want a Mizuki here is exceedingly low for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Like, you can just... That's me.
Wait, Amplify is, or not Amplify, Ex Oblivione is beating Team Z.
Hey, glad to hear.
Wow, what the heck?
Love me Ex Oblivione. More, I can't lie, obviously I'm more familiar with them as an org than as a team. But I love the guys behind the scenes there. Kev especially has always been very chill to me. My interactions with him.
But this is surprising. Team Z, obviously the top seed in NA, got bodied by Amplify 3-1 in the first round. So now they're in the lower bracket. And then Amplify, or not Amplify, Ex Oblivione, the 6th seed. Crazy stuff.
There's just some stuff that always happens. Like, you think about FACEIT League Season 7, ended up being Jaeger who took the trophy, despite the fact they were, I believe, 8th seed into the playoffs. They showed up, they just rocked everyone's shit, and they kind of went back to being mid.
Yeah, we'll have to see here as we're headed into Runasapi now. And guess what, Spectreon? Guess what the comp is?
Are we mirroring?
Yeah, we're mirroring Catchton again.
Listen, I don't mean to be rude, but like, this is the most Catchton I've ever had to cast, and I can feel my brain cells slowly like self-deleting.
Oh, how do you think I feel? My first ever official tier 2 broadcast, and I'm gonna have to catch Catchton. Bro, I'm losing it over here. At least if we were doing the EXO versus Team Z game, they're playing freaking Hazard right now.
But I don't know what to say. Like, I think you just have to pray for finals that your team, the teams you get are more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, J-Man is going to find that opening here already on the Jutsu. Trade's already coming through, though, so no one really on the upper hand quite just yet. As slams come through, anyone... I got to switch sides here. On that.
It just gets exploded.
Yeah, as it looks like Kintsugi will be taking this fight and when it's all said and done.
Yeah, they will. Lovely start for them. They had a bit of a stumble there on Suravasa, but looking to correct themselves, if at all possible. Kintsugi leads on basically every ultimate that matters. That Kitsune Rush, again, the one we want to be really paying attention to a lesser extent the cage as well. Lead now eclipsed. Amplify on the back foot.
Oh my god.
But early day, okay, Gap just walks on, gets exploded.
I'm surprised Gap's even alive. J-Man able to find that, Jutsu able to find the pick onto J-Man. And now Kintsugi just walking forward for free here again.
And remember, you take 1,000 damage on tank, even if you live, that's resources not going towards the rest of your team. It makes it so much harder for your DPS to do anything proactive, and so Gap going for that poor walk there really was punished pretty effectively by Kintsugi, even though the Malga himself still kicking. Forward spawns looking to be completed. Kitsu available should they need it, but should they not, then they'd love to hold on.
Gauge fight coming in, and Lich is spinning the win in there. Finding the pick already. Lich finding a final blow onto Biz. The team kill comes through, and forward spawns already gone the wayside of Kintsugi.
Probably didn't need the Kitsune Rush if you really think about it. You were already punishing the cage with the Blossom. Did you get a lot of value from the Kitsu? I don't want to say so, but you also have forward spawns in just over 2 minutes, so it's hard to complain too much. Clear onto the Reaper will manifest. Biz in a pickle. Biz surely cut. Takes it out.
Invest their Death Blossom as well, but Jutsu the one to start it all off yet again. So they're going to find an opening here early on. A lot of people super low. Lich is going to fall, though, so there's still definitely a chance for Amplify to get back in control of things. This is Tori getting taking a ride for the moment. Now the duel coming out here between the two Malgas. Tori going to have to give up space, though, for it. Catnapper going to be invested in by UN and taken right into the opposition, and back taken down.
Yeah, lovely kill onto Jutsu, of course. Cut. Moving back towards the wall here. Amalga, not always one taken for the flight, but frequent flyer miles going to be accrued for Hitori, who stays this long up here. J-Man not taken down. Hitori may well be, so the stable is good, but the cooldowns just aren't there. Amplify able to keep on getting these kills, getting this momentum back in their favor, and maybe turning the tables onto their opposition. Amplify now. Gap cage going to be unmirrored for a second. Do you have slightly better tools to punish the cage? And so I think any cage you do find, as long as you have your bash being thrown into it, will probably be pretty powerful.
We'll see here now as looks like Kintsugi will be able to get there before the forward spawns are taken. Now going to come through, cage fight out and slam in from Gap. Going to drop their own cage fight, but already dealt with swiftly here as Lich and Hitori continuing to dominate this matchup today as they find the team kill yet again and still hold the lead.
Again, we are still trading these Kitsu fights back and forth, though. Kintsugi has to be ready to either punish or kite this Kitsune Rush of Hutch, and so far they haven't been pristine at it. The Blossom is by no means a bad tool whatsoever, but you have to make sure you're worried about the cleanse, you have to make sure you're worried about the stomp. You avoid those two, and you can find some value.
You're going to see your Hutch going to invest it, and now taken down immediately. You get the Kitsune Rush online, but you don't have the healing maybe necessary to hold on to this fight. Juno falls, though. So you still sit, or kind of sitting pretty here, but you have this Death Blossom ready to go whenever. Catnapper coming through, and Lich falls, but still, it is going to be Kintsugi holding out in the end, getting those forward spawns back, but I don't... No, you don't get those forward spawns quite just yet. Now you have to rotate back.
Yeah, so Reaper versus the Malga, both Jetpack Cats obviously being active. Kintsugi can hold the space, but no more than that. Neither side really has the gumption to be able to find a kill on the other, so they wait in this neutral until the respawns are back. Kintsugi DPS all needs to be tossed in. The same could be said for Amplify. both sides just need to find a go button.
Here it is. There's the Death Blossom coming through. And, well, Jutsu falls, but there's still the trades coming in. Lich gonna get stunned up, taken down. Hattori finishes it off here for Kintsugi. Take those forward spawns back and move forward in this map.
On this corner for a hot second here, Josh, but when all is said and done, it's going to be Kintsugi, who again have the lead, increasing the distance. Ult's in their favor. Team in purple now look very firmly in the driver's seat here. Amplify have to wrest back control of the wheel, else going to be eliminated very likely from FACEIT Season 8.
Yeah, Biz finding a pick, though, onto Lich is going to be huge for the moment, but and Hattori is probably going to get caught out here late. Yes, they do. Maybe even more picks coming through thanks to Biz, indeed, Juno falling as well.
Indeed. Cleaned up now. Amplify, again, looking to get some of their own distance, again, online. But it's pretty far to go before they even actually, progressing the payload meaningfully. Kintsugi, will they have a recontest for the forward spawn? Seems they will.
Cage fight in, out from Hattori. Jutsu down, though, for the moment. Catnapper coming away, and there goes J-Man. Still, though, is it going to be enough to turn the tide of this fight? Trades are back and forth, but it's just Juno left on the point, and Amplify are in control.
That they are. But as we've said more than a couple times before, but still, anytime they are, when Kintsugi aren't, I mean, it's nice to have. I'm kind of worried, though, that they can't hold this space for that long, and indeed they can't. Lost too many members in that fight. The Kintsugi respawns, they have to give respect to. They back out, try and fight around the center of the map, play for their forward spawns still, and hope that they can, get back to the business of increasing their lead once they've found a more favorable scenario for them. Biz, Lich spot each other. No point firing a shot with the shotguns at that range. Just back off. Look for another way in.
We'll see here now as Lich looking to get up to their own Death Blossom here. A lot of ultimates online for Amplify. And there comes the spin to win. The Beyblade action comes through. But it's Jutsu with 4 coming in for Kintsugi to take back the bot.
Mirror the Kitsu's stage just hands up. The Jutsu does a million billion damage. Bash and fantastic synergy with the Kitsune Rush. Not only do you obviously have the higher rate of fire, on top of your already high rate of fire, but it means that once your form ends, you're getting that cooldown back so much faster. So more turret form, more damage, and more problems for Amplify to deal with as they lose their Kiri early on, traded though by the Bastion.
Yeah, Jutsu going down, but now Gap falling as well, and it looks like we're going to get some more progress here for Kintsugi when it's all said and done. J-Man falls, and that should be, well, Death Blossom invested here. Going to try to turn it back, but the Goomba Stomp comes through onto Hutch, and more progress will be had by Kintsugi.
100-meter plus going to be broken momentarily. Kintsugi ult economy is incredibly healthy here. You have to be a little bit worried if you're Amplify. With a lead like this, with time bank, going sub a minute now, with ults to boot, Kintsugi can do little wrong as long as they keep their economy healthy. If I'm then genuinely, as long as you win this next fight, in fact, you don't need to win this next fight. As long as this next fight you just lose, but do it with a healthy economy, you can walk in the first overtime fight and just out-ult your opponents. Just win by sheer firepower. That being said, Lich dying to air does make it a hell of a lot harder.
Yeah, and I think you kind of just have to reset here if you are Kintsugi, right? I mean, you have all 5 ultimates to boot, and you have that 60-meter, almost a 60-meter lead over Kintsugi, or sorry, over Amplify here. You got to take this fight on your terms.
All you can do is just chill, just play it once more. As you mentioned, there's a pretty significant lead. I think 2, maybe 3 fights for Kintsugi. 2, I think. All they need to do is get in one of them. Amplify need them both. And they're the ones pushing into, we could easily argue, as a superior team. Kintsugi just open up with a repo by those two things.
They're looking to open up. They've been opening up with these Beyblades, and there it comes down, and Biz is gone, and there's everything all turning up purple here for Kintsugi. Hitori with 2 to finish it off here, Spectreon, and take the series and move ever forward in the lower bracket as we say goodbye to Amplify.
Well played from them, but just simply not enough on this patch. Kintsugi seems so much more confident playing this mirror. Even though there's, you know, occasional rough moments for Lich, then I think their Ultra is significantly better. I think their Kitsus especially were just much more impactful. Kintsugi, I don't know, a very strong team. They absolutely deserve to make it to that next day of play. They deserve to make it all the way. Just have to wait and see how it actually plays out.
Yeah, we'll have to see, right? As we are finished with our game, let's take a peep here, Spectreon, as it is over. It's official. Ex-Oblivione have upset Team Z as we are now set for our one of our 2 matchups tomorrow on in the FACEIT League. Ex-Oblivione versus Kintsugi for a chance to also be featured on the main broadcast for the lower bracket finals. Man, oh man. Now I kind of hope that Ex-Oblivione makes that run. Just so maybe we don't have to see Caption all day in NA, Spectreon.
I'm saying, come to EU. We've got Source there. We've been playing the most outrageous, egregious bullshit at any given moment. Like, in fact, I'm looking through my stream yesterday to see if I can catch some of the quote-unquote good times, see what kind of comps we're playing. Like, we're on, like, Orisa Symmetra, we're on Double Flex Support, we're on,
we won't have any...
We did play some Cashin. We did play some Cashin.
We don't have anyone like...
We
don't have... Yeah, we don't have anyone like Crocs, though, in NA, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm telling you, you have to tap into the Crocs Doomfist. That was powerful.
Just incredible stuff, though. One of our top seeds are now gone from the tournament, Spectreon, and we'll see, right? I mean, how this happens. Obviously, Anomaly versus Dildux tomorrow, as well as that aforementioned Kintsugi versus Ex-Oblivione game. And then, well, Sunday is where it all ends. You'll be doing EMEA in the morning with Bullskunk, and then I shall be doing NA with Bullskunk in the evening. But, Spectreon Cast, that is it for us today. We have no more to say, no more to view, as we say adieu and see you later. Thank you all for watching. Peace out, and have a wonderful rest of your day.